He's charged in one of the most notorious cold case killings in modern American history. And this morning, the man known as Keffe D is breaking his silence from behind bars. Nearly 30 years ago, became one of the nation's most notorious unsolved murders.
Hey, Keith, Metro Police, come over here.
Then in 2023, a breakthrough when prosecutors charged this man with ordering the hit, the only person arrested for Shakur's murder, who now tells ABC News authorities have the wrong man.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody, never did ever kill nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas.
61-year-old Dwayne Keffe D. Davis says the night of the murder, September 7th, 1996, he was in Los Angeles, 300 miles from the Las Vegas intersection where Tupac Shakur was gunned down.
The feds got everything. The feds got everything they need now. Now we know that Snoop Dogg ended up coming out and giving his piece on how he feel and what he should have said to Tupac before he got hit up. Now keep in mind, they said that Keffe D, the dude that actually was in the car with the dude, Orlando, who actually pulled the trigger, they said that he was trying to write a book. Whatever the book was going to be about, it was going to basically get down to the bottom of what happened to Tupac. Now, he went into in-depth details on everything that went down as if he was the one that did it. As soon as the feds started investigating it, so many years passed, 5 years passed, 10 years passed. Next thing you know, it's 20 years later, and Craig Caden, he ended up finding out that Keffe D was involved with what happened to Tupac and what happened to B.I.G. Now, I want y'all to know, P. Diddy, whatever part he played in it, they haven't spoke upon him at all. It was only Keffe D who actually said P. Diddy's name. Now, Foxy Brown, she said that Snoop Dogg, he know what happened to Tupac, and Snoop Dogg, he gave his piece. He really feel that he wanted to tell what really went down after everything transpired.
Losing a friend while on bad terms with them has got to be one of the most unimaginable feelings. The same has to apply to rappers who obviously have feelings like anyone else and continuously lose people. So there's two of the most influential names within hip-hop, Snoop Dogg and Tupac, reportedly had a heated encounter prior to Tupac's passing. And after all those years, Snoop was finally ready to tell his part of the story. Pac and Snoop Dogg were dominating in the 90s. Sadly, while we had a tragically cut short by a gunman back in September of 1996, those two legendary rap figures have a ton of collaborations, iconic pictures, and wild stories together.
What happened was, Nas ain't got a lot of people with him, but he got a lot of people with him, if you know what I mean.
They're surrounding.
Well, right.
Got it.
And I'm seeing them and I'm knowing, because I'm a gangbang. I'm seeing put their hands on their guns. Tupac got the whole death row and we riled up. I step away from it.
And it's no secret that they were actually close friends behind the scenes.
Like in the studio, I want to get some stuff done.
You know what? My people from California took me out of town, you know what I'm saying? To release.
That's crazy.
That's something I really needed, you know what I'm saying? I had the water. I went to the water, I was in the sky, me and Tupac was like 30 feet in the air.
And everything that they said, it was actually like leading back to Snoop Dogg actually coming out and saying what really went down and what Suge Knight told him. Now, it was some interesting details that actually had me shocked because I did not know Tupac and Snoop Dogg, they weren't seeing eye to eye at first, but then they still had their friendship on the line, y'all.
They visited Suge's house first, and he told Snoop everything that happened that day. Suge told Snoop that Pac got shot 9 times, but he thinks he'll make it and be alright. However, when Snoop and the crew got to the hospital and saw Pac's condition, they weren't so sure about it. He got tubes, and I mean, it's like, when I walked in, I just feel like he wasn't even there. And I fainted, Snoop said. He felt completely gone, and to make matters worse, the situation between him and Pac was really getting to his head.
Because me and my homie wasn't straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him, or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever. We never got that day, and that's the way it ended with me and him, to where he passed away.
Pac's mother got Snoop up for a conversation and tried to cheer him up and not to worry about her son, as he was a true warrior and always was strong throughout his life, and now she wanted Snoop to show her son the same attitude. She asked Snoop to fix himself up and go back to Pac and talk to him. Tupac's mom told Snoop that her son loves him, even despite all the tension those two had prior to the incident. Snoop returned and told an unconscious Pac everything he had on his chest, about how much he loves and appreciates him, although sadly, he felt like it was the last words he'll ever be able to say to his friend. Snoop will never know whether Pac got to hear his sincere words, and that's the part that made Snoop incredibly sad even to this day. That's like the only relationship that I have like that, where someone left and we wasn't alright like we should have been. Even though there's probably no way for Snoop to deliver his message to his fallen friend anymore, the legacy of the two still lives in Snoop's incredible stories, countless interviews,
and his
clips of the
songs
two on stage together that many find heartwarming to reminisce on. It's difficult to think of what Tupac's thoughts were in his last moments when in relation to Snoop Dogg, but given the bond he and Snoop had prior to their discord, it's unlikely that he felt anything but love for his close friend who shared so many moments with him and assisted him. And while it may not be enough for Snoop to let the situation he had with Pac go prior to his passing, he did eventually get his chance to share a scene with his friend once again back in 2012, for the last time ever. It was the first hologram that was being played.
Hey, yo, Pac, let these motherfuckers know what kind of party they in right now. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. You're the two of America's most wanted in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time. Gangster party. Y'all niggas about to feel this. Break out the champagne glasses.
Snoop was the one to induct Tupac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017, a monumental accomplishment, and probably the most powerful way to show one's appreciation to not only a fellow rapper, musician, but a friend in the cold-blooded world that was the rap game in the 90s.
It's sad, but Snoop Dogg, he put himself in a predicament to the point where now they point fingers at him. He gave his piece and his side on how he feel that he was never able to actually apologize to Tupac. But when everything unfolded, the feds end up saying that it was Keffe D who was the one who did it. They can't convict the Drop the RP Tupac's down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you're a fan of Tupac. They bogus for what they did, and now they got to pay the consequences for every action that they took. It's a lot of people know that once you go out here in these streets, you have to put yourself in a position to the point where you won't have to get in this situation to the point where your name is mentioned and this crime over here, that crime over there, that crime over there. P. Diddy, he locked up right now, but ain't no telling if they gonna come and grab him and snatch him up for what happened and how they implemented, the detective implemented P. Diddy in it and said he paid $1 million. If somebody say you paid $1 million, that means that they have some type of proof beyond a reasonable doubt to actually say that you is involved in this case. Like at the end of the day, but this case, it just cracked wide open because we thought that Keffe D was gonna end up just doing hella time. Keffe D ended up trying to take a plea deal for 15 years. Now, keep in mind, who did he have to tell on in order to take that 15 years? This sad, man, but this is something that everybody is looking into right now. And by them finna get ready to go to court and start this trial, we already know for a fact they're going to put an even better plea deal on the table for Keffe D once they get the trial, because before you even sit down and start your trial, they're going to put something on the table. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of P. Diddy. Let me know if you're a fan of Tupac. Let me know if you're rocking with Snoop Dogg.